Hi everybody, today I'm coming on to share with you my attempt at what is it called? The Dollar Tree Junk Journal Challenge. There's a lady here on YouTube called Jessica. Her channel is I'm a Cool Mom, and a few weeks ago she issued a challenge to people. They were to go and buy $15 worth of supplies from the Dollar Tree, that's in the US, and make a junk journal with the results. In other words, they were to use basic supplies only. You know, that you're allowed. She decided that you would be allowed to use, ruler, scissors, glue, and a basic ink pad. A black or brown ink pad, but none of the fancy equipment that people normally use for making junk journals, such as the digital downloads, the punches, the dies, the fancy embellishments. You know yourself. Just to get basic supplies and work from there. Now, I thought I would give this a go because $15 translates to roughly €15 at the moment. But I would never go out and buy stuff and spend €15 on the stuff for a junk journal, because I mainly use my stuff I've lying around, and I mainly use junk for a junk journal, or for a mini album I'd have stuff I'd lying around the house already. So the thought of spending €15 on stuff was a bit of a challenge. It felt very extravagant to be just producing one album, but anyway, or one junk journal. Anyway, I went and I bought the stuff, and I know I have enough to do possibly at least 2, if not the basis of 3 or 4 more albums, so I don't feel too bad about it. Now, I went to the works, and in addition to what I have already, I just kept it about at the €15 mark, because I'm in Ireland, we don't have a Dollar Tree, and Jessica wanted this to be open to internationals as well, so go to your local equivalent of the Dollar Tree. So I went to the works because I thought that would be the best place for supplies, and for the basis I used this, which was, as you can see, €3. It's this Paper Mania wedding card. It's just single sheets of thick cardstock, 6x6 cardstock, and it's not an actual card, it's just a sheet. And what I did was I got 2 sheets, folded over the edges like this, and let's see if I can show how to do this. I glue them together to make a spine for the mini album. You can see where the 2 hearts are meeting up. And I think I used 6 sheets altogether. See what I made? I glued them on the little spines that I made, and that formed the basis for my mini album or junk journal. I keep calling it a mini album because it turned out very pretty and sort of non-junky. So that was €3. The next thing I used was this reel of ribbon. It's kind of like fairly stiff cotton ribbon. This came in very useful. Then I have these doilies already, so I wasn't going to use any more, and these were €1.44, and there's loads in the packet, and I just used the peachy ones. Now these came from a shop called Sostren Green, which is kind of a Scandinavian equivalent of the Works, or a smaller version of IKEA. Then I got a pack of these metal accessories. I only used one of them, so I have 2 left. They were €2. You can see the prices on them anyway. And a pack of these foam stickers. Now, I've never used anything like this before, and I bought them for the decoration, and they came in very useful, and they're very tactile. Great fun squeezing them. And the last thing of all was a paper pack. This one here. It's vintage style, very heavy, 250 grams, very good quality and double-sided. So I got great use out of this because it was double-sided. It's not quite, that was $4.50. That was the dearest item, and it's it's not quite 10 inches square, it would be about 9.5 or 9 3/4. So that was my supplies. And the other thing I used, sorry, I'm banging into the stand. The other thing I used was a stapler, because I figured most normal houses would have a stapler and a button. And I'll give you a quick little run through of the mini album now. So you can see here where I used a foam sticker here under my, what do they call it, my metal frame. I just put one of the foam stickers underneath it. Then I cut out, I freehand drew a leaf, kind of a leaf shape, and I cut that out. And I did the same with the flower and added a button. I think the glue is still drying on the button. And then, as you can see, the white card is covered with the paper. And the spine is, I sewed in my signatures, and the spine is bound with some of the ribbon or the trim. That was very good value because it's quite wide. It's about nearly 2 inches wide, and there's 3 meters of it. So that came in very handy. Now I've two signatures, and I think there's 6 pages in each signature. So I'll just run through. I have a foam sticker here saying hello. And I bound each signature with the ribbon as well, because I had a disaster at one stage. I was trying to make a mini album or a junk journal out of tea-dyed envelopes, and they literally fell asunder. So I bound this with tape with the ribbon, just to be extra sure. There again, everything is covered using that same paper pack. And there's a little tuck spot here, another tuck spot with the foam. A foam sticker here, and I freehand cut the tags, which was great fun. Another foam sticker, tuck spot. And for these little tags here, for the tops of them, I just cut the ribbon in two, cut off the kind of the end, the selvage or whatever you'd call it, and frayed it to give kind of vintage effect, and stapled it on. So I did need my stapler. And there's a tuck spot using the doilies and another little foam sticker to hold them, just to decorate it. Now I glued the doilies together. I glued 2 or 3 of them together for safety and for strength. And they're sewn, everything is sewn together. Another little tuck spot here. Sorry, I'm just trying to get this right on camera. Another tag. I've given up trying to cut corners on the tags at that stage. And more. These are lovely stickers. And I've never used stickers before. I've always turned up my nose at kind of mass-produced stickers and stuff like that. I think it's a hangover from those awful little things we used to use. You know, the little peel-off stickers. But these aren't peel-off. These are much better. Another tuck spot here, kind of triangle shape, and it goes over into the other page with, I don't know, these weren't meant, I don't think these are meant to be Christmas trees, and I don't think they're meant to be arrows, but they just come in very handy to act as little pointers and for reinforcing the top of the triangle. Now we're on to the second signature. You can see where it was sewn in there. Another little tag and a tuck spot. Now this is very plain because you can't really, sorry, I'm using, come over here more. You can't really go too mad with limited supplies, but you can definitely make a junk journal or a mini album. Another sticker, little heart. I suppose I could put something in there, but other tuck spot, more tuck spots and more foam stickers. And that's it basically. It's tags, doilies, foam stickers, tuck spots, like you'd make any sort of a normal junk journal, kind of in the sort of a vintage style, and then it ends with that. I think that's lovely. Do more of what you love. Now, my thoughts on the whole thing. I thought I would miss my dies and my die cutter and all that kind of equipment. I didn't even think of it, because I figured out, well, I cut my tags by hand. Everything else I used, you know, I just cut with the scissors or a cutter or something. And no, I didn't miss my dies, but I miss my stamps. I think this was painful not being able to use stamps. I really, really miss them, and I think the album looks so bare without the stamps that I know we were allowed to use an ink pad, but I mean, you couldn't buy stamps I couldn't get stamps for and keep it under the €15. So it has to be kind of bare and naked, but I'd say I will, maybe add a few stamps to it at some stage. But it is perfectly possible to maybe make a junk journal or a mini album and then maybe pass it on to somebody else as a gift and maybe let them decorate it. Of course, I could have cut up a lot more flowers and leaves and added them, but really, I felt I had done enough to it. And then there's plenty of that trim left, and it can be used as a tie for it. So it was an interesting experiment, and I will leave a link to Jessica's challenge video in the description box. I think the challenge runs until the end of next week or the end of this week. All you have to do is just make a video and add it into the comments section of her original video so that she knows you've actually made the junk journal. And I think there is a hashtag or something you can use if you're sharing your make on Instagram or Facebook. So there it is. That's my attempt at it. But would I do this again? No, I didn't realise it was going to turn out so pretty, and pretty isn't my style. I much prefer making the really junky, trashy albums like this one here. My last video, I'll put a link to this one in the description box as well. But this is more my style, and I spent nothing on it. This was all made from junk, rubbish, trash, seed packets, every kind of rubbish that was lying around the house. The only thing I bought specifically for crafting was this baker's twine, and I'd much prefer to be making this sort of stuff, though I know it isn't everybody's cup of tea. But that's it, and that's my entry to the Dollar Tree Junk Journal Challenge. So I hope you're all having a lovely weekend, and it's the start of October now, and I love October. It's my favourite month. I hate this kind of whole thing of having to pretend to be enjoying the sun in the summer. I'm not a sun person at all. I just like the damp and Halloween and, misery and that kind of thing. So I leave you go, and thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. Bye.